For me, there's three types of exercise that absolutely everyone has to be doing, and they are completely separate in my mind. The way I think about it, they're completely separate. You have resistance exercise over here, which is critical as hell. And this is the only way you're going to build muscle and maximize muscle mass. And along with VO2 max, the other two things that are most associated with longevity and health span is strength and then muscle mass, right? So you want to be strong, you want to have a lot of muscle. You will only get that with resistance exercise. You'll only get more muscle with resistance exercise, and you only get more strength with really heavy, really hard resistance exercise. I'm talking 70% of your one rep max or higher, ideally, if you're trying to get those strength adaptations. So everyone needs to be doing resistance exercise in a very targeted, very specific way where you're hitting absolute failure in a movement pattern, push-pull legs, and ideally doing heavy enough that you're getting all the strength adaptations that you want out of that. So doing at least some of your work in a 70-80% of your one rep max, I'm talking 10 reps, hitting failure in 10 reps or lower. And you want to do some of that at least twice a week. 3 times a week is probably better. And it really comes down to number of sets per week. So you could do a little bit every day. You could do a whole bunch once a week. But again, optimal is probably somewhere in between where you're doing 2 to 4 times a week, moderate volume instead of like all of it on one day or a little bit on every day. And but that's resistance training, right? You want to be very specific, very targeted, hit absolute failure in all of your muscles, push pull legs, full body, high intensity of effort, ideally a fairly high load as well. Don't hurt yourself, don't like PR on one, don't do singles on every lift, but you want to do something fairly heavy. Then there's like this VO2 high intensity cardio I was talking about, where you're trying to redline your heart rate and you're trying to do some zone 5 and you're trying to really tax your cardiorespiratory system. So you get these positive adaptations, you get a bigger cardiac stroke output, and you get all this sort of thing. And then there's this kind of other cardio, general movement bucket where, you want to hit 10,000 steps a day. You want to just be moderately active. You want to just burn a certain amount of calories in general physical movement. That could be your job or just activities of daily living. Or if you are a super sedentary job, you might have to do this hour on the treadmill I'm talking about. It overlaps between these 3 different forms of exercise, but you pretty much want to think about it as like high-end cardio, maximum effort, resistance training, and then step count, general movement, burning a certain amount of calories with physical activity in general. And so for me, it's like these 3 different things that everyone absolutely has to be doing some way or another.
DoctorsToTrust.com, the world's #1 site for short, annotated nutrition videos.